WW's in there, KW1I, and then back to George. So Perry, by any chance, copy in W3MMR, KD3HT.
KD3HT in the old Milrad net W3MMR. Well, I'm able to copy on Steve's web SDR now. I'm still not here at the QTH, but you're starting to come in on the QIX web SDR, which you were not coming in about 10 minutes ago. And so it's weird how that is. Just conditions were, phenomenal at 5 o'clock this morning and right before, about from 4:30 to 5 o'clock, and then about 6 o'clock things started to go in the dumper, and here they come back up again. So hey, excuse me, 2 thumbs up. Excuse me. But anyway, glad to see the conditions are starting to change. And good morning to you, George, WB2HJK, the man on the Isotron in Queens, New York. It's always a pleasure to hear you, George, especially on that antenna, because you do a heck of a job, especially here in the evenings on that Isotron. So I try to say that. I would say that word every time, every chance I get. Isotron. It's like when you used to go to the carnival and they had that big centrifugal force ride. That you get in and it pushes you up against the wall and the things slide up to the ceiling. That's what that reminds me of. I look at that and I think Isotron. So, anyway, oh boy. Oh, the conditions are improving. I'll stick in here for a little bit. I got to start to get ready for work here in a few. But just wanted to jump back in here and say good morning. And I think, I don't know who I turn it to. Do I turn it to you, KN4R? I believe that's who I turn it to. So KN4R in the old Milrad net, part 2, W3MMR.
Okay, Billy, W3MMR in part 2 of the NORAD net, KN4R returning. Okay, very good. Well, great on George and Isotron. I was here up in a rural part of Alaska some years ago, and I remember one house way out by itself, and as we drove up this questionable tundra road, we were going by there, and I looked at the house, and it had an Isotron on it, and I was so impressed. So anyway, George sounded great down here in North Carolina, so obviously the Isotron is working. So I'm going to go ahead and say 73, Steve, and thank you so much for holding the net this morning. And I hope Dale and Chris and all the folks up at Nearfest have a wonderful time. And if Brown happens to be listening this morning on our web SDR or whatever, since you're down here in North Carolina, give me a ring and maybe I can send you back north with something. So anyway, 73s to all. Enjoyed it. And go ahead, Rick, NN2K and the old military radio net. This is KN4R off and clear. See you later.
KD3HT, go ahead.
Go ahead, Rick, and
I think Rick might have closed his eyes.
He might have gone for coffee. Joe, WA2EJT, are you in there by any chance? Go ahead. Next in line, see if John, BY2WW, is still up there in Nova Scotia, KD3HT. All right, we'll move on. I thought he signed, but that's what I wanted to check. All right, Dale, how are we making it up there to Deerfield? KW1I. And 73 Brian, by the way, thanks for helping out. KW1I in the old military radio net, KD3HT.
KD3HT, KW1I. Can you copy me on AM machine over?
I can on the QIX machine, no problem. Go ahead. I just hooked up the RF230M, and I'm going to switch over to upper sideband, so it won't be low. Upper sideband will copy me better. Over. Yep, go ahead. Very good. So you're coming in great. Brian is still coming in. I think Rick and Joe may be on a different frequency than normal meeting time. So I've got this RF230 out on a table outside the truck now. Try to vend that today. Oh yeah, just N1SNG is standing by, and Chris is just coming up. Mike, we'll probably, if you have another short round, we'll probably put these guys on. But I think it's back to net control. Thanks for taking the net, and I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better. And the results of your appointment were, minor issues. Over.
Yeah, thanks, Dale.
That everything's okay. Yeah, put Glenn on and Chris on, and if Will's around, throw them on as well. Go ahead. How you doing, Glenn? I'm really sorry I missed you, and I'm sorry I missed the other Glenn too. I heard him talking last night, but oh well. I'll just have to wait until spring. N1SNG in the old military radio net, KD3HT.
N1SNG, the old military radio net. It's in New Hampshire at the Deerfield Fairgrounds for Nearfest. Nice signal coming out of the Harris here this morning, Steve. And we do miss you. Pete and I were talking about it yesterday, and you're a key player here. But hey, hopefully next time you'll be in attendance. And thanks for picking up the net this morning for Ted. I don't know if he is in there, but anyway, hello to everyone else that is. And I'm going to turn it over to AJ1G. So here she comes, Steve. Yeah, KD3HT, AJ1G at the KW1I radio at Nearfest. We're breaking out the donuts. And, yeah, it's a lot of open space here right now, but other guys are coming back. I'm down along the fence, like parallel parts of the fence, my kind of usual spot. And I'm going to turn it back to Dale. I got to talk to one of the sergeant-at-arms guys here. I got to go. I snuck in here. I got to pay my fare.
Okay, very good. Dean just came out of his cabin in here, the enclosure, and so there's no sunlight. It's just overcast, but there's no moisture and no dew. Over.
Well, it's good that there's no dew, and things are nice and dry there. I hope it stays dry for you guys.
It's all day. I mean, you deserve it. And I see you didn't put the canopy up, so I guess you were very convinced there would be no rain. And very good on Dean coming out of the cab there. Dean, are you willing to make a transmission on the old military radio net this morning if you're in earshot? Over. We're taking Chris is talking to me, and he's setting out the donuts and everything else he brought. We had to clear a table for it. So, did you have a question for Dean? Over. Yeah, if Dean wants to make a transmission and say good morning. He'll be right to the microphone. I think he's coming this way. And I've forgotten I left it on AM, and I still think you copied me, but I'm back on upper sideband. We're kind of selective who we talk to here, Steve. How are you feeling this morning? I suppose you've been asked that question 100 times, but we've been thinking about you. Over. Yeah, thanks, Dean. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I was still a little dizzy, but hey, I'm used to being dizzy. And the medicine that they gave me to, like a prescription seasickness medicine, made me so tired yesterday. I won't take it again. I basically slept most of the day yesterday, so I don't want to do that again. I want to get something done. But missing you guys up there, and we have Perry listening in. Brian may still be listening. George over in Brooklyn, I'll turn it to in a few seconds. So a small leftover net, but nonetheless, we did have people on here this morning, Dean. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, Steve, be nice to have you up here, but glad that you're feeling at least in control of your circumstances as far as the medication goes. By the way, I was on a ship down out of Corpus Christi testing some hardware that we produce, and I took some Dramamine before I went out on that, and I got so sick, and I just dumped everything over the rail, and then I went and laid down on the deck and went sound asleep. So it sounds like whatever they gave you, if not Dramamine, it's that same kind of drug. But I understand what you're saying. You know, you may want to be cautious, though, before you climb the towers. Anyhow, good hearing your voice. Sorry to miss you, but we look forward to our next time we get together. So, KD3HT and the net here, let me pass it back to you. This is KK1K operating KW1I Portable 1 at the Deerfield Fairgrounds.
Yeah, very good. You guys are nice and solid 20 over here, so no problem with the copy. Let's see if George is hearing everybody now, and George is probably hearing me. WB2HJK. The amplifier makes a big difference, George. KD3HT.
You still in there, George? WB2HJK, W3MMR. Pick it up. Nothing heard. I'm going to go ahead and sign, Steve. I got to start to get ready for work. Make sure I got it. But good morning to all the gentlemen up there at Nearfest, Dean and Chris and Glenn and the rest of the gang there. You guys sounding great on upper sideband. Here down in Chester, Pennsylvania this morning. Hope you guys have fun. And hopefully the weather holds out there with it being overcast, and sounds like you guys are having a great time. So I wish we wish the best to you, gentlemen. And Steve, thank you very much for running the net this morning. Great job. You really did a great job this morning. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you here on Saturday mornings, and that as well goes as well for everyone else. So everyone, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'm sure we'll catch you guys down the log at some point in the near future. So back over to you, Steve. KD3HT in the old military radio net. This is W3MMR 73.
Thanks, Perry. Yep, it's worthwhile when you're on and other people are on who can keep things going. So thanks for your help moving things around, as well as Brian and John and everyone else. Makes it a difference. Let's see if there's anyone else wants to jump in for last statement, last call for the old military radio net, in case there's anybody out there. Go ahead now. All right, well, we'll close this session, and thank everybody for checking in. And to the friends up in Deerfield, hope your day is going great, and you have a wonderful afternoon, morning and afternoon with no precip, and it makes it a beautiful day. So 73 guys, we'll catch everybody later. This is KD3HT with the old military radio net, returning the frequency to whatever or whoever wants to use it. KD3HT.